The fishing news is brought to you by Okuma and the Reel Seat at 707 Union Avenue, Brielle. Gear up for fall stripers and blues from the beach to the rocks and everywhere in between.
'Twas the week before Christmas, and all along the beach there's still plenty of stripers and well within reach. I'm Jim Hutchinson with a New Jersey Delaware Bay edition of the Fisherman magazine, having a little fun this Christmas week, and why not? Somebody got their holiday wishes come true a little early. For those of you who asked for stripers for Christmas, you got them. Mostly shorts, but again, those short stripers in the wash, keeping people busy and happy. Again, right near the lip, most of these smaller fish. You gotta find the right beach. Some folks have told me they got off the beach, didn't find anything, threw their hands up, thought I was lying. But there are fish there. But a lot of times you gotta stick and move. Hit a couple of beaches. You might find nothing. You might find one or two, but you might also find that mother lode. Again, tins and teasers, small plastics. For Central Jersey, the guy's saying the tsunami sand eel imitations are working best. So give that a shot. We did have a blitz reported in Manasquan last Friday. Folks found them from the inlet down to the dog beach, and it was a pretty good sustained bite for a good amount of time, and not just those smaller fish either. There were some team class fish in the mix. I was talking to Jimmy B from Harry's Outdoors this week. He's been putting his time in, and he said that's the way he got in on that bite. He happened to be at Manasquan having a cup of coffee and looking out and seeing those bass rolling over near the dog beach, although he and Matt Parlick we're at the jetty tip, again, finding mostly small fish, but again, that blitz in Manasquan on Friday. Guys following the reports on Saturday found nothing, and then there was limited action again on Sunday. So put your time in and enjoy some of those smaller fish, but you might want to be prepared for some of those big fish coming in on herring. Inlet-wise, up and down the coast, guys getting out on the boats continue to get it done. They're still jigging, they're still plugging, and of course, they're still catching fish on the troll. Pete Sykes, Parker Peets, and the crew out of Belmar and the Neptune area still getting it done, heading out of Shark River Inlet. In fact, Pete said this week that he found the whales, plenty of life, and also marked a heck of a lot of fish on the fish finder. Down out of Manasquan, guys from Shore Catch Guide Service, Captain Gene, got out the other day, found good topwater action. Looks like more of these stripers are on herring, not too far off the beach. Good sign, but throwing some topwaters getting it done. Bucky D'Agostino, who's a fisherman contributor fishing out of Barnegat Inlet over the weekend, reported much the same. He said he was just outside the inlet, found fish boiling on the surface. Again, that herring bite, and with those herring in close, that's a good sign. A lot of them are out a little bit deeper, and a lot of stripers right at the line, piling on herring, but hopefully more of those fish come in close. At a Little Egg Inlet, Matt Curtis, he left the duck blind early the other day and got into a jig bite just out of Beach Haven. And meanwhile, down out of Absecon, just out of Absecon Inlet, Andy from Riptide Bait and Tackle let me know that there's fish just outside of caster's distance, but good-sized fish down along Brigantine. In fact, Mike Gallagher stopped in just the other day and reported that back to Andy. The Stray Cat continues to run open boat trips through Great Egg Inlet. Good fish on the jig. Anybody looking to get on those trips, bring your jigging outfits. Make sure you to bundle up. But there's fish off of Ocean City. In fact, the Mojos have been getting it done off of Ocean City, from Ocean City down along the coast of Sea Isle, from Corson's down to Townsend's Inlet. Captain Joe aboard Relentless Charters checked in with the folks at Sea Isle Bait and Tackle this week, let them know that. And the Cape May fleet, like boats like the Cape Queen Charters, continue trolling them up from Hereford all the way down to Cape May. So plenty of stripers off Cape May County. In fact, for the last couple of weeks, guys from Delaware have been running north to fish off of Cape May for those fish. Although checking in with the folks at Lewis Harbor Marina this week, finding out the Delaware anglers are finding them as far south as Fenwick this week. Jeff Miller, he had a 24-pounder off Fenwick, 25 and 30 purple stretches, getting it done down there. Bottom line, if your boat's in the water, if you keep it on a trailer, if a friend's got the boat in the water, or if you have to go pro with a charter, there's plenty of fish out there. In fact, you don't have to rely on your electronics. A lot of this is happening still. Captain Frank and the Fin Chasers crew letting us know the birds are still out there, showing the way to where those stripers are. Now, as I said, stripers have been on herring, and some of the party boats are going to start turning their attention to the herring bite. The Golden Eagle out of Belmar is going to start fishing for herring as of December 27th. If you want to load up some holiday herring, good idea there. And don't forget, you only have another week of black sea bass along the Jersey and Delaware coast. Peace Token's Mike Young had 4 and 5 pounders on a shop's recent trip aboard the Atlantic Star. A good trip there. TAUTOG continues to be a pick. As these fish continue to move east to deeper water, it's a pick of TAUTOG, but there are some bigger fish. A new personal best, for example, for Carlos Claudino, 18 pounds. Caught that over the weekend with Captain Dustin Strail on Sea Beast charters. A few good cod on some of these trips as well. Captain Ralph's crew of the Last Lady had a small trip. Just a couple of people turned out for a blackfish trip the other day, but a nice surprise with this fine cod taken aboard as well. Now with Christmas coming, I hope you find plenty of joyous surprises under or around the tree, maybe parked out in the driveway or stuck in the slip right behind the house. I hope you're having a wonderful Hanukkah for those who are just finishing up Hanukkah, and again, Christmas coming up, and it's not too far from the new year, which of course we're going to print with a January edition of the Fisherman magazine next week. Full complement of reports and a good forecast for what you can expect in January. Look for that this week. Have a wonderful holiday weekend. Catch them up if you can, and we'll see you again next week here at thefisherman.com.